What's up, guys? I'm Ali. Welcome back to another video with me, guys. If you are here, you're at an amazing place. So grab your cup of grab your drink and come over here and have this conversation, guys. Let's talk about it. All right, guys, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing, baby? Guys, I hope you all had a fantastic day, amazing day on this good Tuesday. Thank God for getting you through this day and give him all the honor and the glory because he deserves it. Because if it weren't for him, you wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. We won't be here. We won't even exist right now. Because guess what, guys? It ain't what you think. But it's God, though. All right. All right, guys. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Guys, if you could tell by the title of this video, guys, how dare you ask questions? How dare you ask questions? Guys, man, guys. We live in a deceitful society. Everything is false. We just live in a false reality, guys, where 95% of this stuff is spiritual. A lot of people don't know it, but it is though. You know, you know, we live in a world, guys, to the point where everybody's settled, to the point if you ask a question. Let's just say hypothetically, guys, you're going into a job interview, guys. You're going into a job interview, and let's remind this is a job interview. You want to make sure you get the best of the best. You want to make sure you get you get the best benefits. You want to make sure you get the best pay. You want to make sure this job title, the job position, is really worth it. You want to make sure you get value from this job position. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you ask all the right questions because it is a job interview. To the point, guys. So you go to the job interview, guys. I don't think that the people that interview you don't even think this is a job interview. I think that they just think this is an interview. I ask you whatever I want to ask you, and you just supposed to say yes, yes, yes. And it was like, how dare you ask me a question? And how dare you say no to what I'm asking you? That's the type of society we live in. You at the job interview, you ask them questions now about the job position and about just about the job title and what it can offer and everything like that. People don't like that. People do not like that. We live in a society where asking a question is a crime. You asking a question in this world, it is a crime. I kid you not, it's a crime. People just like get hurt just because you're asking a question, but at the same time, it's kind of strange to me, guys. Like, you want to lie to me. You want to ask me a question I'm supposed to answer, but I can't ask you nothing. That's not how this works, baby. And also, when it comes to like relationships and trying to go on dates, let's just say hypothetically you're going on a date. You're just trying to get to know somebody or whatever. And it's like, how dare you question me? And I think that like some people forget the objective of this whole situation. You on a date. You on a date. So you want to get to know somebody, but you don't want nobody to get to know you or ask you questions because you've been deceitful and you lying about who you are the whole time. So what's the whole purpose you going on a date for? What is the whole purpose of you going on this date if you're going to ask me questions? I don't have the right to ask you questions. It's a date. It don't make sense, guys. And it's like you supposed to be acceptable. You're supposed to be subject to it. Just accept these lies and agree to these things, guys. You're supposed to agree to these things and just agree to these lies and everything that this person telling you on this date. But you can't ask questions. They can ask you whatever they want to ask you. And you supposed to just go along with it. But the moment that you ask a question, guess what's going to happen, guys? They either going to run away or else they're going to continue to lie, or else, on top of that, it's not going to go nowhere. Them are the only thing they're going to do. People don't like that. You ask questions, they start twitching, they start getting nervous when you start asking questions. Like, people don't like that. And I feel like you are supposed to ask questions. And it's like people just want you to dumb yourself down, guys. Just be dumb. I think we live in a world where being dumb is acceptable. You are more valuable being dumb than actually being smart. It's kind of backwards, you know? That's the world we live in. You are more acceptable. You are more valuable being dumb. And the reason why is that because the person that is trying to take advantage of you can get over on you. You you will basically be a slave in a way. You a slave, guys. Cause you subject. You just throw away all your value, your morals, your standards, your dignity, just because of this person or whatever. And I don't know where it went wrong. When have we got to this point in life? To the point you are more valuable just being dumb. Like, we live in a world with a bunch of dumb people. And it's sad to say, but it's the truth. I'm just being honest. I ain't gonna say everybody, but majority of people are dumb, you know. Um, they don't ask the right question. And like, guys, when you just a lot of the world, you wise, you not stupid, and you just know your worth. People don't want you to know your worth. People don't want you to know nothing. People don't want you to ask nothing. When you start asking questions, people don't like that, guys. They don't like it. They don't like it. They start running. They start running away from you when you start asking questions. They can't stand it. And it's just the truth, guys. People don't like it when you ask questions. When you try to ask questions, they're gonna try to avoid it. They're gonna do anything to avoid it. They're gonna make up lies to avoid this question. They're gonna to put people in place in front of you to avoid this question. They're gonna do the most ridiculous stuff to avoid questions, guys. We live in a society where people are scared. People are scared of themselves, number one. But people are also scared when you ask them questions. They run from that, guys. They don't like it. They hate when you ask questions. You're not supposed to ask questions. We live in a fearless world where people are scared of themselves. Now that's sad. When you scared of yourself, you so fragile. You are so fragile. Even a question make you feel uncomfortable. Just ask a simple question. A question. It could be the most simplest question. They can't answer it. It's so sad. It is so sad, guys. And this go back to where it go back to relating to saying you grown, you an adult, but yet you can't even answer a simple question. You will do anything to avoid this question. It could be the most simplest question. It could be job related, guys. This is your job. This is your position. This is what you get paid for. Answer the question. They'll avoid that. Could you imagine being on a date with a person like this that avoid simple questions? You could ask them where they from. They're not going to answer. They're going to give you a lie. And if they're not going to answer, they're going to avoid it. They're going to start scratching their head and they're going to leave. And you're going to never hear from them all because you asked them a question. But they've been asking you questions the whole time. How dare you ask me a question? That's the world and that's the society we live in. How dare you ask me a question? We live in a dumbed down world, a society that's fearless. They fearful, a fear society. Where everybody's scared of themselves. Everybody's scared to face themselves. People run from the most ridiculous stuff you don't even got to run from. People will lie about the most ridiculous stuff that you don't even have to lie about. It don't make sense. People will run from the simplest questions. It's just a question, baby. It's a small question. Even a child can answer this question. How come you are an adult and you can't even answer it? I could understand if the question was difficult. You know what I'm saying? You really had to think about it, or if it's a hard question, you probably don't even know the answer. You probably have to, I don't know, call your resources or look something up or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I understand that if it's a hard question you don't know, just say you don't know. But if it's a question you do know and I know you know it, just answer it. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. They avoid questions, guys. This type of world we live in. How dare you ask me a question? How dare you ask me a question? How dare you disagree with me? How dare you say no? How dare you put up a boundary to protect yourself? How dare you not let me do what I want with you? But I am a human being. My life do have meaning. That's why I'm here. God did put me here, so I'm not here to be your puppy dog, your slave, because my life had purpose. Everybody life have purpose. Everybody life have meaning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are here, you do exist, so your life have meanings. You have purpose. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean you are here to be subject to be everybody rag dog and let people do you in any kind of way, as if your body don't belong to you. Your body belong to them. When they not the one that brought you here. They might have birthed you, but God brought you here. If it weren't for God, nobody would be here. It's definitely ain't for the devil to do. It's not the devil ain't the reason why you here. He didn't bring you here. So I'm just saying, guys. So we live in a world, guys. You just can't ask questions, guys. Guys, I thought we learned this in elementary school. It's no such thing as you can't ask a question. You can ask whatever question you want to ask. They always say, if you want to know something, ask it. Even your own mama said you want to know something, ask it. Until when the time really comes down, you ask the real serious questions. Now you start asking the big question. Now they ain't got an answer for it. So if that stuff they've been hiding from you for the longest, now you ask the questions now. Now they ain't got an answer for it. But they've been saying the whole time, look, if you want to know something, just ask it. Just ask. Just ask. Ask if you want to know. You ain't gotta take it. Just ask her. Ask me. People be saying that. You ain't gotta steal from me. Just ask me. Then when the time come around, you get the answer, child. You get the answer. They ain't gonna give you no answer. They ain't gonna give you a yes or a no. They gonna avoid you because you asked. Man, that's crazy, child. But yeah, guys. I thought we had the right to ask questions, which we do have the right to ask questions. You can ask a question if you want to ask, but it's not okay for you to ask. Only you, meaning the light worker, the wise one, the smart one. It's not okay for you to ask because people have put this narrative out there about you and try to say you this and you this and that and you dumb and da 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 da, putting all these bad seeds about you. So when the moment that you get to asking questions, guys, people don't have answers because you're not supposed to be talking to no one. So yeah, that's what happened though. That's the truth, guys. That's what's really going on at these places or whatever. You're not supposed to be talking to nobody. Just because they didn't put a narrative out about you guys. So when you ask people questions or you get to interact and have a conversation with people, you start to wake people up and people start to see the truth that they've been lying the whole time about you. So that's the reality too. Also, that's another thing too, guys. I'm just saying. I'm just got to put that in there. I had to, put a little salt of pepper in there. But I'm just letting you know. That's another reason why too. Also, because you asking questions. People don't like you ask questions. People do not like it, guys. They don't like it, guys, when you ask questions because you ask the right question. Unlike other people probably ask simple questions, questions that they don't really have to they have answers for because they're really simple questions. But see, you ask the big questions, the real big questions. So people really ain't got no answer for that. So they get the running. You probably on a date and you ask the real serious question. People ask the most simple questions. What's your color and this and that? Well, you ask the big questions that need to be answered. And they don't like that, guys. You ask the wise questions. So yeah, that's what happens when you're a wise person, a smart person, guys. You ask the real question, not the stupid questions. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. I think I'm finna go work out, guys, and hey, finish my day. And to the next video, guys. I hope you all have a good evening, wherever you are across the world. Good morning, good evening, good day. Until my next video, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Peace and love. Bye.